Good afternoon, everybody. Happy Thursday. The end of our school week. I think it is for all of us. Sam, take it away.
Good afternoon, everybody. Find a comfortable seat, and we're going to do a guided visualization. So just get comfortable. You can let the eyes close. You can look in front of you at one spot. Bring the hands face up on the knees. Just start to check in with the body, scanning for any areas that you might be holding, squeezing, letting go of the shoulders and the jaw, feeling fully supported by the ground or seat beneath you. And then let's imagine that we're at the beach, just picking whichever beach is your favorite or a body of water. Begin to use your sense of smell and taste to imagine what it would be like to be at the beach in this moment. What are the smells associated with that place? Sunscreen, salty air. And then we have our sense of touch to help us connect to our surroundings. Thinking about all the different textures you would find at the beach. The sand, the water. What's the temperature of the water, the ground? What's the weather look like in your mind? Feeling of a towel or a blanket beneath you. And then listening in to what sounds you might find. Birds, the waves crashing, maybe laughter, the sound of wind. Finally, thinking about all the different sights the way that the sky meets the water moves over the sand. All the many colors. Taking a few last breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. And gently guide yourself back into the room that you're in. Feeling your seat. Maybe opening the eyes when you're ready to notice your surroundings once again. And when you're ready, coming back into the present moment, ready for class.
Thank you, Sam. Very nice. When's your next class at the Lewis Center, Sam?
It will be Tuesday at 2:30 for meditation.
Tuesday at 2:30, next Tuesday, April 27th at 2:30. Okay. Would like you, before we get into some reporting, couple of things to administratively, so you guys know what's going on as we head into the last week of April. We have 50% of our grade remaining to be assessed in this class. 25% of it will be the last assessment of the last 5 weeks of the sales period of the semester, and your Wells Fargo end of the semester presentation. That's 25%. Then it's been posted in our Blackboard site. You have 2 papers. And now that material is now in the Blackboard site for you to review and to begin if you'd like. 10% of your course grade will be a peer review paper that is due Tuesday, May 18th. This peer review paper is 2 to 3 pages long. It is in strict confidence, just with me. And it's a review of each one of your team members. Now, I know that might be somewhat difficult in this pandemic Zoomathon era that we're in now, where we don't really get to see close hand our team members, but I want you to do the best you can in assessing each of your team members honestly on teamwork, business ethics, communication, leadership, and organization. Besides, one of the goals of this class is not only to drive you nuts trying to sell a product over the internet, being in your home and not be able to come to campus. Another main part of this course in your business administration program is to also work on your communicating and presentation skills. I can't stress enough in the real world how you need to represent yourself, represent the company that you're going to be working with, and in a professional and business manner. And that is putting together PowerPoint presentations like the Wells Fargo presentations. That's like putting together presentations to our class on a weekly basis for many of you. It's like writing, being a good writer. One of the things that I personally struggled when I was in college, and even many years after college, was being a good writer. It's a tough discipline. It's a tough skill, but I can't tell you enough. And I think Howard can attest to this in his business experience, that being able to communicate in writing, in word, in personality or presentation is so important to your business career. I can't stress that enough. So part of the assessment of 10% of this course is you to review your each individual team members, not in a negative manner, but a professional, positive manner. Yes, if you disagree with something that they did, that's fine. But in a positive, professional manner, explain to me each one of your team members, their teamwork, their business ethics, their communication, their leadership, and their organizational skills. That's the paper due Tuesday, May 18th. Then your final paper, worth 15% of your course grade, is a course reflection paper. And in this paper, I'd like you to write 3 to 5 pages in an APA style format and explain to me these 5 things. What was your takeaway from this practicum class experience? What could your organization have done better from a marketing, finance, and management perspective? Give examples of what your organization, and I mean what your team, did right from a marketing, finance, and management perspective. What specific contributions did you make to its success? And tie in academic principles from finance, marketing, and management to the principles you applied to your organization in this practicum. I want you to comment on each one of those 5 things in your course reflection paper. Now, this course reflection paper is for my eyes, but then I also forward these papers on to the dean's office, Dean Halou, and to Dr. Thakur. And they take a look at these papers as well to help them assess the program, where we are, where we're going, and that sort of thing. So again, both of these 2 papers, your peer review and your course reflection paper, are honest, mature, responsible documents that tell me, tell you, and tell us about your experience in this program. I do not share the papers with any students, with any academic advisors, with the campus Times or anything like that. It's private, but it also is professional. It's just like many of you in the course of your lifetime will have to do a performance review of people that you work with, both above you and below you that you supervise. There's nothing harder in your professional life to do that. But you have to be honest, you have to be professional. And you're going to be doing this in your career. Let's start now in working on that. So peer review paper is due Tuesday, May 18th. You post it to that file folder right here in Blackboard. Just click on it and upload your paper. And the course reflection paper is due Tuesday, May 25th to this file folder in Blackboard. I know you all have a lot of things going on at that time, and we'll talk about the charity presentation and the Wells Fargo presentation of May 20th and May 27th next week. But you need to start incorporating this into your end of the semester work for your courses. If you need some extra time in submitting your papers, just let me know, and that will be granted if you need extra time, if you're a little bit under the gun. But you might be able to start doing some of this work in the next few weeks or the next week and begin to do these papers and kick them out and post them and get them out of the way if you'd like. Again, this is an honest, professional, mature paper to talk about your experiences with your team and with the program. And it's great experience for what you'll have to do later on in your professional career about performance evaluations for staff, performance evaluations about projects that you're working on for a company, and also performance evaluations about yourself in getting prepared for maybe a new job, a new career, an interview, whatever. And to be able to do this, write it clearly and precisely, is a great skill to have. I know many of you, including Sam and Andrea, are thinking about careers in entrepreneurship, maybe starting your own businesses down the road. You're not going to get very far being a businesswoman or a businessman entrepreneur if you can't present and write about your business plan and your business model and what you want to do and communicate that to potential investors, employees, customers. So these are great skills to develop, great skills to practice on, and we begin it here in this class this semester. So if any of you have any questions or concerns or comments, please feel free to ask me about that. Also ask Sam, ask Andrea, ask Howard. Sam and Andrea have done these before. Howard has done this throughout his career, evaluating, peer reviews, presentations. So this is something that is important, that these 2 papers are a quarter of your grade. So that's why I take a very strong feeling about your performance in these and how important it is to you coming out of your business program. Nothing, don't take these too lightly. I read these, and a lot of people read these very carefully. Okay, that's great. All right.
Professor Ashley?
Yes, Eric.
Yeah. So my main question is just like APA format. I've never used that. So like, what's the main difference between?
Eric, you're going to have to speak a little louder. You're coming in a little groggy. I can't hear you very well. Could you say that question again?
Yes. Can you hear me clear now?
Now I can, yes.
Okay. I was saying I've never really used APA format. So what is the real difference between APA and MLA format?
APA format is a form of a paper in academics where it has a format. And I can give you a specific example of this next week. I assume by this time most of you have done something in this regard, but that's okay, no big deal. Eric, and I'll show you a sample of an APA format next week. But an APA format is a paper where you have a title page, explain the title of the document, your class, your professor, the date of submission. Then the next page is what is called an abstract or an introduction page, where you show and explain in about a half a page what you want to do in this paper and what is your conclusion. What have you discovered? And after that abstract page, then you have your writing pages, where you talk about and explain how you came to that conclusion and what you found out. And then at the end of the document, if needed, you have a reference page where you cite references that you used in any of your writing. Now, there's not too many references you're going to have in these two papers, but if you do have any references, sometimes in the past, some students have interviewed me and used that as a reference in their paper, especially the course reflection paper. Or they've interviewed one of their other practicum professors, and they've used those quotes in their paper. And that would be like a reference you would cite on the last page. So an APA format paper is also double spaced. And I believe I give you the font and the font size in that in the description of the work. It's double spaced. So a title page, an abstract page, the pages of your actual writing and information, and then a citing reference page in your paper. Now, when I say a paper is 2 to 3 pages and 3 to 5 pages, those are pages of the actual writing. Do not include the title page, the abstract page, or the reference page as part of those 3 to 5 pages. The 3 to 5 pages is the actual pages of the writing that you do. So Eric, that's what an APA format paper is. And next week I'll post in our file folder in Blackboard some examples of the APA format for you.
Thank you.
Okay, good question. If any of you planning on going on to graduate work, the APA format, research paper type format is used in, I think, all graduate programs as far as writing papers. So that's a great question, Eric. Thank you. So going back to what I was saying, Sam and Andrea have all been experienced through these papers, and they've done this prior. They would be good sources if you're having some questions about whether you're doing this correctly. If you don't want to ask me, that's nothing wrong with that, to go ahead and do that and ask me about that. So you can go ahead and ask them. Feel free to do that, or even and ask Howard if you want to, about peer review, which he has. I know Howard does have some experience in that. Okay, let's get back to our reporting for this week number 6 of our sales and week number 11 of the semester. We have Rihanna and Sebastian today to talk about marketing and website developments in our team. I saw today some more excellent Instagram posting by you all. That was excellent. Just they're so refreshing to see. They're very good, and I'm not saying that to blow smoke up here. You know what? I think they're all your Instagram postings are excellent. Miguel, you're our host today, so why don't you take it away, sir?
Okay, sounds good. We all had a terrible morning with the test, but if we could all just pay attention.
Well, let's stop in time. Tell me about that. What do you mean by terrible morning with the test? Explain.
We got our butts kicked in by Abadante's test, but
What was that test on, if I may ask?
capital budgeting.
Capital budgeting, net present value, that's a piece of cake.
Not when. Never mind.
All right, we'll move on from that.
Yeah. So if you
All
guys
right, go ahead.
exactly move on from that and just pay attention to. I guess we can start with Rihanna. If she has anything to present or to talk over, you can do so now.
Yeah, we don't have a whole lot going on necessarily for marketing. Obviously, right now, like the past couple of days, I've just kind of building up the giveaway that we're starting tomorrow. And then, like I said, just if we can all like make sure to share that tomorrow and really like boost the giveaway, because I feel like it can be a really successful like 4 days of selling if we all like share it to everyone we know. And then the other thing, just kind of what Tyler talked about on Tuesday with like looking for events and stuff, I think it might also be pretty beneficial if like when we contact businesses either through phone or email, if they're like small like local businesses like restaurants, maybe trying to see if they'd be willing to do like what Pokey Pokey did, you know, maybe like a couple of free drinks or something, and we can like promote them on our Instagram like we're doing now. So yeah, just whenever you guys reach out to those businesses, see if they'd be interested in that too. But yeah, other than that, that's really what we're focusing on just these last couple of weeks, getting as much like promotions as we can, trying to see where we can do like sales and stuff and just really promote those on our Instagram.
Very good, Rihanna. Thank you. Thank you. Miguel, go ahead. I'm sorry. This is your show. What am I talking for?
Okay, Sebastian, go ahead. Take it away.
Oh, really? Thank you. All right. Let's see what we got going on here. Wrong page, obviously. Let's go here. There we go. So for the week of April 13th to April 19th, we had a drop in views. But there's a reason why we had a drop in views, right? So we had 52 site sessions. We averaged around close to about 8 to 10 a day. One day we did have a peak. Going in, same old information with the subscribers. Our duration dropped a little bit. So what this meant is we are direct sales. So basically with the website, we just had 3 direct sales, quick and easy, go into the website, boom, 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 order something, gone. So that's pretty much what happened this week. We didn't really advertise the website and as much because like Rihanna said, we are loading up for our new marketing campaign. So we had a quiet week and just direct sales. So let's look at the cool graphics that we got here. So it's this was last week. The light blue is last week. This is this week, the darker blue. 3 sales. So we had 3 orders, total of $80. Going down right here. Basically a bigger graph of what we had. This is last week. This is this week right here. Direct. We had 31 direct versus 70 last week. And our Facebook actually took off. I'm not sure what advertising we did on Facebook. I'm not into that, but compared to last week, we had no advertising on Facebook. This week, we had 16 site visits from Facebook itself. So that is pretty cool. And 74% were new visitors, 25% were returning visitors. So they tracked that through IP addresses, obviously. And that's about it. We just had a quiet week, direct sales. And can anyone answer me about the Facebook? Did we upload our website to the Facebook? Can anybody tell me about that?
Yeah, so we have a Facebook page and I don't really post Facebook specific posts, but I double share like our Instagram stuff to our Facebook. And I shared our page to like my personal Facebook, and I had a bunch of my family like share that post.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Well, that contributes to our week of visits on the website and our weekly report from the website. And yeah, it was just straight to the point, a minute, 12 seconds, ordering through, boom, gone.
Thank you, Sebastian. Thank you. Very good. Always good to get an update on that, and I appreciate that. Thank you. Miguel, anything else to add? Any pep talks or anything you want to give to us today?
Pep talk.
The test.
As of now, I got nothing. Let's just keep on going or keep our pace up.
All right.
Keep moving on. Not the best pep talk, but
I'm telling you, there's nothing better than a nice present capital budgeting problem to ease into your week.
but
I'm busting you, sorry.
it's up a little bit.
Howard, if you have anything for us this happy Thursday, you have to unmute yourself because I muted you. So unmute yourself, Howard, and do you have anything for us today?
Well, I thought I'd echo your comments about writing and just to stress the importance of how important that is to couple with your other business skills. Years ago, in the bank that I worked with, I had a young man that worked in my group. He had an MBA from the Anderson School of UCLA, which is still one of the top business schools in the country. Very first job right out of school was with the Ford Motor Company at their headquarters in Dearborn, Michigan. And it was quite an experience working for a giant corporation like Ford. He came back after several years and joined the bank in our group. And I had at that time a brother-in-law who also worked with Ford. So I had some a method of comparison. And his name was Bill. And Bill said it was quite an experience. When he left UCLA, he got a huge starting salary. And the bank did not pay that kind of starting salary. But when he came to us, he was hired primarily as a financial analyst. And in banking, of course, you do a lot of financial analysis of financial statements. And the problem and the challenge was you have to summarize all of the financial information that you have analyzed. Now, Bill was a whiz at all of the financial ratios and all of the different methods that we use to analyze corporations pending a loan report. And I asked him to put this down and report on what his findings were. And it was just really unfortunate. He had no ability to convey his excellent analysis with numbers into the written word. And as it turned out, this was a very severe detriment that he had at Ford also. And they commented on that with him, told he must improve. And at any rate, when he came to the bank, he had really not improved. We worked long and hard with him, trying to get him to understand what we required as far as condensing all of the number results into the written word. And so again, with Bill's example, a whiz at numbers, but a failure in writing, what Professor Hasse was stressing is so important. And you can use that example that I just cited as somebody who really, in spite of one tremendous skill, was at a disadvantage because he could not convey all of his findings into a written format.
Thank you, Howard. I know, and those were one of the most difficult skills that I had when I was starting out my career. I was a whiz at numbers. Numbers came very easy to me. Also, I was a good BSer. I could speak very fairly well to anybody and tell a long tale, but writing skills were awful. And I really had to work hard on that and develop those skills throughout my career, because I was not a good writer, and that hurt me in developing business plans and strategies. And that's a skill that you need to develop throughout your career, just not once you get out of college. That's the end of it. You have to develop it very intently in your business career, and even your non-business career. To be a good writer is an important skill to have. So thanks, Howard. That's great. Ford Motor Company, good old Dearborn, Michigan, and the Glass Tower, where the headquarters of Ford are. I've been there many a day, where that's where I had a uncle work for many years, and that's a cool building. So, okay, Howard, thanks. As you can see, this is our, as we looked at this on Tuesday, this is our status heading into this week 7. We have our reporting due at the usual time next Monday, and we'll go through this process again next week. We're heading into our final 3 weeks of sales and to wrap up our semester. And I know, you don't have to give me all the details, and I know Miguel didn't. And I know you guys are under a lot of pressure and a lot of stress in your other classes, and with the pandemic and with work and with your families. Just hang in there, do the best all I can ask is just do the best you can, work together as a team. This is what I mean by a pep talk, Miguel, haha. But work together as a team, and you'll get through these next few weeks and get yourself wrapped up, and then be able to take a nice little break, hopefully, this summer, and then come back in the fall and be on campus and pick things up again, and to finish out your studies at Laverne. I know you're registering for courses in the next week or so, and so good luck with that. If any of you need any information about courses or things to take next semester or next year, feel free to call on me, and if you have any questions about that. And remember, don't forget, I mentioned a week or so ago, if any of you are interested in being teaching assistants in the practicum for me next fall, I'm looking for people who might be interested in doing that. And remember, it's $1,000 scholarship grant to your tuition if you decide to take that position. It does require, as you know, Sam and Andrea are here every week pretty much, and they have to, spend some hours with the class, and it does require a commitment. But it also it looks good on the resume, to be perfectly honest with you. It looks good when you're a TA for a professor and helping out in an academic class. That looks really good on a resume, especially if you're going on to graduate studies. I know graduate schools like to admit students that participate in academic activities like being a TA. That's a very good thing to have on your academic resume. So just something to keep in mind, looking at next fall and your schedules and your plans for the next school year. Just think about that. Okay, if there is, let's see, if there's anything else. Miguel, I think you're done. Andrew, do you have anything?
Hey, how do I file a malpractice report against a shitty teacher?
Well, I'm going to be very diplomatic on this, but I kind of know where you're going to on this, Sebastian. But what you should do is you can go to write an email or call Mr. Keok Park. He's the assistant dean of the College of Business. He is my boss, and he is your professor. Every professor that you have's boss, direct boss and supervisor. You can let him know about that. And Mr. Park, Dr. Park, will let you know on the procedures by which you can submit complaints, praise, whatever. If you don't get any satisfaction with Mr. Park, you go to his boss, Dean Alou, who is the dean of the College of Business, and you express your displeasure in that area. If you don't get any satisfaction there, you go to President Lieberman and let her know what you feel. And you have that right, and I encourage you to do that. All right, that's something you should do if you feel you need to do that, Sebastian. Okay?
Yeah.
So Dr. Park, Dr. Alou, Dr. Lieberman. A lot of doctors. I am going to withhold comment on that. All right. Sebastian, did I answer your question, sir?
Yes, you did.
All right. Anything else? Andrew, do you have anything?
Yep. I'd just like to say thank you for everyone showing up to class, putting in all the work we have done the last couple of weeks. We're almost done, guys. Get some rest, eat, because I know we haven't been sleeping or eating the last couple of days. But yeah, just keep it up, guys. We're almost done. We're almost out of here.
Exactly right. That's exactly what I was saying too. It's very good, Andrew. Thank you. And remember, you support each other. If you're hassled, if you're stressed, talk amongst yourself, seek some guidance. You know, I know the last thing you probably want to do is talk to Howard and I, but we're here to help you. If you need venting, a sounding board, we're here. And I think we're fairly cool enough to not be like a bunch of old gangsters and have no idea what you're going through, because we do know what you're going through. We were students once, and we know we were in jobs and positions of stress in our careers, and we know we've been through that. So if any of you need to vent or talk about that, feel free to contact us at any time. We're here to help you. But again, if you feel that you need to express an opinion about anything in the business program, there are people and vehicles by which you can do that and be listened to. And please, I urge you all to do that if you need to do that. You're paying the freight. You deserve to be heard. All right. Anybody else out there in TV land?
Oh, I haven't heard about TV Land in a minute.
I'm showing my old gangsterness there. That's an old expression from old days about TV land being out in, now it should be called the internet land. I apologize. Sebastian, anything to report from the great city of Miami? How are the Heat doing?
The Heat are doing shitty because no one wants to play and they're all enjoying the sun.
How about the Florida Panthers? I follow them a little bit. How are they doing?
Oh, I haven't gone to a Panthers game since 2003. So I don't know.
Okay. That's they I think they have I know they have a pretty good team this year. So
we have a mandate that we had one in March. There's another one going out next month. What you call it? We don't have to wear masks in Miami-Dade County. So it's very enjoyable.
That is nice, as long as you all are safe. That's the most important thing as well.
Very safe. I've gone to the clubs, the bars, the beaches, and several people's houses, and I haven't got COVID once, so I think I'm perfectly fine.
Well, next time you're up in the Mar-a-Lago area, please give my best to ex-President Trump if you happen to see him.
Oh, that's where he's at now?
Yes.
Hiding. Tax free.
I don't know about that, but all right. Good, Sebastian. Thanks. All right, everybody. Good luck for the balance. Have a great week. Be safe. Be well. Enjoy your class with Professor Hicks tonight, and I'll see you guys all next Tuesday. Adios.
Thank you.